So there's been an there's been these ongoing talks that it's kind of African countries are moving towards Russia. They are moving towards China. You know, it's kind of a scary thing to Western powers. Western powers. When I say Western powers, I just mean that these countries in front of the United States of America, the number one bully, and another country now follows. Small countries now follows. Those countries just in front of European countries, led by we have Britain, we have Germany, we have France, Italy. They start their prime minister. I don't know if it's the prime minister, somebody like George Maloney. I don't know if that's the correct term. You may think that he wants to side with Africans, but you never know. So I'm not sure about Italy, but those individuals who are kind of confused why African countries are shifting towards Russia, are shifting towards China, is you need to understand that if you are in high school and you are kind of bullied by other individuals and you find this one friend who wants to take care good of you, even if you don't know his or her good intentions, and you realize that this friend of yours is kind of an enemy to your enemy, then to be realistic is you need to tie a good friendship with this individual. So Africa wants to tighten friendship with China and Russia because US is a bully. US wants to get resources and benefits from African countries, even Latin American countries, even Asian countries, without them paying their own dues, honest dues. So that's why African countries are kind of pushed towards Russia, towards China, because these are our big brothers who we have a common enemy, and that's the US and also European countries. When I mean enemy, I don't mean that the common citizens of the United States of America. I don't mean the European citizens who are also fighting their own governments because those governments are not delivering their promises. I don't mean that. I mean the system of the US, the system of the European countries, the system of Britain, which wants to benefit from African resources, from African poor governments who are doing poor deals to these European countries. Not that those in leadership are not aware of what's going on. They are aware of what's going on. They know exactly what's happening. But since they have their own problems in those countries, for instance, US, I hear there is this president of Nigeria, and I'm here to refer to him as the Western puppet. He has some problems with the United States of America. So he can go an extra mile of doing anything which the US wants them to do. But we are aware that the United States of America is a bully. Libya is in its place. It is now because of the United States. Was it the United States or it's because of France? France and other nations. That's why Libya. Yeah, I believe Barack Obama was involved in the murder, the butcher of President Muammar Gaddafi. So don't be so confused. We don't have any issues with the common citizens of the United States of America. We don't have issues with the common citizens of France. We don't have issues with the citizens of the European Union. We have the problem with the system that the European Union has in place, which is here to undermine the survival, the prosperity of the African continent. I'm not here to confuse that. I'm not here to undermine what I've just said. I don't know what I've said, but I know what I'm saying is this thing. Africans elect leaders, but United States of America, led by the European Union, also put into power the Western puppets who Africans have not elected. So whenever you hear that it's a term known as a democracy, probably it applies in the West. Here in Africa, our democracy is being kind of destroyed by the Western powers. That's why the Western puppet in Niger is under house arrest. That's why Burkina Faso kicked out their former president. Was it a president or a military junta who wanted also to kind of worship the Western powers, American being one of them. That's why Mali kicked out their Western puppet who was kind of worshipping France, because the issues which are affecting the common African, the common mwananchi in African continent are not served once the Western puppets start worshipping their own masters. So Europeans, especially the common people are going through different challenges as we are also going through those same challenges. We have no issues. Don't be kind of, how can I say, which is the best term to be used. Don't be offended when I say that we are against the Western regimes led by the United States of America. You should not be offended. I'm not targeting you. No African, no Russian, no Chinese who is offended by common African, common American, a common European. No one is offended by those people. They have nothing to pray. They are also just struggling as we are struggling, but their problems may be different from our own problems, but they are also struggling. So even if the prices of gas go up, that's their problems, but us, that's not our problem. Our problem is we need to put food on the table. That may also be the problem in the European Union, but I'm not aware of that. But that's what I'm trying to say. So Americans, those who are watching me, those from European Union who are watching me, I'm not offended by you. I'm offended by your government. I'm against your regimes which are looting African resources, which are treating Africans as lesser human beings. And whenever you hear a term like a democratically elected president in Niger, no, that's a Western puppet. No, that's a Western puppet. When you hear a democratically elected Nigerian president, no, that's a Western puppet. There's nothing like a democratically elected African leader who is kind of worshipping European powers, said that we Africans can access aid. African has good resources, and if these resources are being sold such that Africans can benefit and you as the Europeans can benefit, Africans could not be in a dire situations which it is at the moment. But since your Western masters are in bed with our Western puppets, that's why Africans is going through suffering. That's why Africans are crossing the Mediterranean, said that they can go to Europe and take your jobs. It's not that things are good here. It's because things are bad here because of your Western puppets. So I hope you understand it. So that has been my thoughts. That's why the Africans are kind of shifting towards Russia. They are shifting towards China because our common enemy is the United States. Not that we want to destroy the lives of those common people, but it's because these big boss, the big brothers who you have put in government, are really destroying us, and now we will do whatever is possible in our hands so that we can tame your poor leadership. Thanks for watching. My name has been Musyomo Augustine. I would like your thoughts. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions concerning my thoughts why Africans and Africa is shifting towards Russia, towards China? And we don't know what China has for us, but as far as we have gone or we have been doing business with them, it has been somehow fair. But as usual, our leaders are also puppets. They have their stomachs in place. So we accept. We need to move on. We need to fight. So a luta continua. The struggle continues.